Hello, good evening. The entrepreneur Sir James Dyson has submitted plans which could see Wiltshire become a world test centre for electric cars.
The businessman, best known for his vacuum cleaners, wants to invest £200 million into his firm's site at Lavington. He'll then be able to test the vehicles that he's currently designing. Well, our reporter Alice Bouvry is outside the old airfield tonight. Alice.
Good evening, Alex. Yes, this airfield behind me has a rich history. In World War II, Allied nations sent their top military brass here to discuss strategy and to test aircraft to the limits of their capabilities. After being derelict for many, many years, Lavington Airfield is now seeing a new lease of life as some of the world's best engineers converge here together under the auspices of Sir James Dyson to test cars and to rethink how transportation will look for generations to come. Dyson's empire is continuing to expand. Last summer, the serial entrepreneur announced he was going to make electric cars. Today, further investment, £200 million at Lavington Airfield, including over 10 miles of vehicle testing track. There'll be roads to test the car's handling, a stability testing platform, off-road routes, fast road routes, and test slopes. 400 engineers are already working on the top secret project. Another 300 are being recruited. It's still so secretive we're not allowed into the airfield, nor is anyone from Dyson available to speak to us. Instead, it's been left to others to comment.
It's important because it's a future-orientated development. It's about electric vehicles, about testing, and the jobs it's going to bring, the high-value jobs, are just what this area is crying out for.
The immediate neighbours seem happy. In fact, you could almost say they gave Dyson the idea for a vehicle testing track in the first place. This car, the Nemesis, currently holds the electric car land speed record. Unveiled in 2010, it was one of the world's first electric cars, built by the Stroud-based energy company Ecotricity. Since then, though, the Germans and Japanese have invested heavily in the industry.
I think it's quite late to the game. And they're bringing out new models, seems like every week now, and the range of cars has shot up massively in 3 years, it's trebled in 3 years nearly, and the price has fallen very quickly, so that electric cars are virtually a mainstream choice. So the challenge getting in at this stage is quite bigger.
There's a word of caution too from the motoring journalist Zog Ziegler, who believes electric is not the saviour it's made out to be.
I'm a little bit concerned and confused as to the lemming-like rush post-Dieselgate for everybody to be electric tomorrow. To make the battery that fuels electric cars, one of the ingredients is a mineral called cadmium, which is mined in Canada, very damagingly so. It's very deep mining. Then the cadmium is put onto enormous tankers, shipped all the way to Japan, where the things are popped into car batteries, and then shipped all the way back to Los Angeles to make A-list celebrities feel good about themselves while they hide their helicopters and their Hummers and their Cadillacs in the garage.
The new cars are due to be unveiled in just 3 years' time. It's an ambitious project, putting Wiltshire once again at the forefront of innovation. Alice Bouvry, BBC Points West, Lavington.
Joining us now is Melanie Shufflebotham. She's the co-founder of an app based in Bristol that helps electric car owners find the nearest charging point. It's called Zap Map. You're welcome. That's the problem, isn't it, with electric cars? Where do you actually fuel them?
Well, it's not really a problem because 80% of all charges take place at home. People get a charging point on the side of their house or in an adjacent lamppost and charge up overnight. So, in fact, you get up in the morning, you're ready to go.
Well, there'll be lots of people in Bristol and towns and cities across the West who don't know where they're going to park tonight because they don't park outside their homes, the roads are crowded. So what do they do?
Yeah, sure, that is an issue, but solutions are coming. For example, chargers are going to be put into lampposts. There's different solutions available, and lots of people already do have off-street parking where they can put a charge point on the side of their house.
If I want to drive to London tonight and back, how many times would I need to charge the car?
Well, it depends on the car. The current lot of electric cars have 150 to 200 miles range, so you might not need to charge at all. If you did need to charge...
You're cutting it fine going to London and back.
And back, yeah, you'd probably charge in London.
So how long would that take? Because it's the practicalities which is the interesting thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, there's a network of rapid chargers around the UK, over 1,500 of them. And so you would go to one of these rapid chargers, you find it on ZapMap, and you would plug in and take 20 to 30 minutes to charge up.
So how confident are you that this will actually happen?
Very confident, very confident. I mean, the key thing is that diesel and petrol cars, they've been served us very well for 100 years, but they've really reached the end of their life. There's emissions targets for both CO2, climate change, and air quality emissions, and you can't do both at the same time. So really, electric's the only way to go.
So you think Sir James Dyson is onto something?
Yeah, he's definitely onto something, absolutely. I mean, there's already over 50 models available now, so you don't need to wait till his radical car comes out in 2020, 2021. You can go now to your dealership and have a test drive.
Where's all the electricity going to come from?
Well, the electricity, at the moment there's only 150,000 electric cars on the road, so compared to 30 million petrol and diesel, so it's not an immediate issue now. Over time, the great thing is electric cars are charged mainly overnight, so that's off-peak. And there's some great work being done by the National Grid and other energy companies looking at how to manage the grid, and there's other interesting solutions, like actually electric cars could be part of the solution because they have batteries, so you can take the electricity out and back into the grid.
But the battery is always the weak link, isn't it, in any electrical device, really?
Sure, I mean, the weak link in terms of...
In terms of charging, if you've got a mobile phone, you know what it's like, you know, you're just when you need it, it dies.
Yeah, I mean, people are investing in battery technology, and the price of batteries have come down amazingly in the last couple of years. So, you know, they are there, they're charged up, and they're getting better and faster all the time.
Okay, and what's sort of been the take-up in the West Country, do you know?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good. The population of the West Country is green-minded, very forward-looking people, so they have a better proportion than the whole of the country. In Bristol, there's around 100 charging points, and more are coming in with the new Go Ultra Low funding. In fact, in Portishead, they're introducing a special hub, first of its kind, with 4 rapid chargers in a hub that you can go and charge up at.
Interesting times. Thank you so much, Melanie, for coming in and talking to us about it. Thank you.